Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Don't Get Your Financial Advice from the News or Neighbors. I'm getting a lot of questions this week about are we going into a recession? Are we going into a recession? And I really don't understand the basis of that question when it comes to purchasing a home. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you some statistics. The screen that you're looking at, the grayed areas were each of the previous recessions, including 2020. The dark line that you see throughout those years is actually the housing price index. So, what happened to housing prices during that time frame? You notice that, with the exception of 0809, which was the housing bubble recession, you'll notice that home values continued to increase throughout the recession. So if you're thinking that, hey, I'm going to wait for a recession because housing prices will go down, you see that history tells you otherwise. Also, let me go back into that 0809 recession. One big difference is the majority of the homes that foreclosed, causing the housing prices to go down, they were upside down. When I say upside down, they owed more on it than the property was worth. Keep in mind, that's not what's happening right now. Over the last few years, we've seen extreme increases in property appreciation. So, what's the big difference? Instead of letting my house foreclose, let the bank sell it at a reduced cost to recover their loan amount. You've got people now with equity in their house, and even if they get in trouble, they get behind, they're going to sell that house to recoup the equity. Even if they sell it at a little bit less than market value, they're going to sell that property. The other thing, um, what's going on with rents throughout this recession? Have you seen an increase? Are you fortunate enough to be in a scenario where your landlord is not increasing rent annually? And that happens from time to time. Um, in that case, you've got to look at, okay, over the next 12 months, how much would I have paid in rent and versus how much equity I would have had? Because what's going to happen here, and I always encourage you, prove me wrong. Give me some data to prove me wrong. What's going to happen is once the news and neighbors say it's time to buy, everyone's going to rush to go and buy homes. What's that going to do? Inventory is still fairly low, so that's going to push up the home values. You're going to have multiple people bidding for the same property, pushing up the value, forcing them to buy at a higher rate. We all know the term buy low, sell high. The only problem with that term, it's uncomfortable. It's a business decision, not an emotional decision. Please feel free to let me know after you reviewed this chart if you have any questions. Call me, text me, email me, send me a direct message, depending on where you're watching this. And I hope you're having a great day. Happy house hunting.